electric bike has a carbon fiber frame and a mid-drive motor. It can do 500 watts nominal and 28 miles per hour, and it has a torque sensor. It's called the ASYNC H7.
That's what mid-drive is all about right there, dude.
So after we crack it open, take a closer look at all the components, we're gonna take it out in the Santa Monica Mountains and see what it's made of. So this bike is actually not brand new. It's actually just a loaner. Oh, I can tell it's pretty darn lightweight. It has this Ananda mid-drive motor. I've actually seen this on another bike and it was super impressive. It's called the M100. And it comes with 27.5 by 2.8 inch wide tires. Definitely look like they're capable of tackling some off-road terrain. And are these tubeless? I actually can't tell. It's got Tektro 180 millimeter disc brakes. See how heavy this thing is. Oh my goodness. Holy crap, dude, this thing is so light. Which makes sense because this is a carbon fiber frame. Let's take a closer look. Looks nice. Also looks like it's been dropped. And the display is integrated right into the frame. Apparently it has something called IoT Plus Smart System. We'll check this stuff out soon. And the whole frame only weighs 5.7 pounds and the handlebars weigh 1 pound. Battery pops in here, which we'll do soon. Here's what the seat post looks like. It is this shape and this long. Sounds and feels aluminum. And this is a hardtail bike, and it does have front suspension. It is Suntour XCR 34 air suspension, 120 millimeters of travel. Of course, it is adjustable. And the left stanchion says air. You can add air into this side. And it's got some readings here on the right stanchion to help you dial it in. The exact fork on this bike here is RockShox. Check out how the seat post works. Looks like this thing drops in here. Yeah, and there's like a little bolt that tightens the whole thing down. Cool. Here's what the handlebars look like. Ooh, carbon fiber. Lightweight and strong and will eat up some of that vibration. Official website lists Shimano Dior group set components. The model we'll be riding today has Tektro Dorado hydraulic brakes. Handlebars are wide, mountain bike style. Comes with round rubber grips. Here's how everything attaches on up front. And there is a thumb throttle on the left. We'll mess with this stuff after we get the battery in. And around back we see a strong indication that this bike is not meant to be relied on thumb throttle. 11 speeds on this cassette and quite a wide variety of gears. Of course, since it is a mid-drive, all of that power will be sent through the chain and through the gears. So this bike should have some excellent hill climbing capabilities. And with that torque sensor on the motor, should just feel like an excellent ride. Here's the seat that came with my bike. Cell Royale. Looks excellent to me for a mountain bike style seat. It's got a through axle up front. So light. ASYNC hub. And since there's no rear suspension, we'll do 25 on the rear. Rear axle attaches to the frame here, and then tighten down the through axle. Seems pretty solid. And of course, 180 millimeter rotors on the rear. Tektro brakes. A little bit of branding on the inside over here. There is a battery lock and a magnetic suction cover. Just throw the battery on there. So it looks like it just drops right in like that. Lock it. Nice. Very solid, super solid. Cover just goes right up like that. Oh, let's see if I can shake this off while we're riding. It seems pretty firm. Here's the other side of the Ananda mid-drive. And I like where the weight is on this bike. It's all like right in the middle and relatively low. Should help to keep balance and a good low center of mass for some nice off-road riding. So we'll power this thing up in a moment. But first, here's what a 6'5" dude with a 34" seam looks like on this bike. Seat is on maximum height. Here's where my pedal stroke would be. Suspension feels nice on front, man. Oh wow, look at that travel. Dang, this front fork feels real nice compared to these cheap forks I'm used to. Let's power it up, see what happens. Nice. So beautiful display on this thing. Somewhat interesting position. Oh yeah, this totally works. I mean, it feels like it might naturally displays are here, but yeah, it totally works. Super crisp color display shows us battery in terms of a percentage with some bars there. And oh, nice wattage of the motor. That's pretty awesome. Looks like we're in kilometers per hour. Time up here. Let me press some buttons. So CO2 avoided trees. I don't know who saved 8 trees. It wasn't me. So it gives you trip distance, odometer, average speed, max speed, calories, and trip time. Let's go ahead and take a guess here and do plus minus, see what happens. Menus. So there's a clear trip. Oh, display units. There we go. We're switching that to MPH, please. Thank you. What other options do we get here? Auto power off 10 minutes. Auto headlight. Speed limit 25. 25 is the max, apparently. All right, dudes, let's try this thumb throttle. So on pedal assist 1, try it. Oh yeah. Oh! Holy crap, dude. It's like there's a ghost on here riding this thing. Go. Dang. So you've got the thumb throttle, but really the best part about this bike is it's a torque sensor. So depending how hard you press on the pedals, it will help you. Oh yeah, you just barely even have to like help it. And it's like, let's go! All right, dudes, let's take the ASYNC H7 out for a ride. We're out here in the Santa Monica Mountains. We're gonna do about a 4-mile climb up about 1,000 feet of elevation gain. Of course, we'll use the Strava to check our official distance and elevation gain, and so we can check the range on this H7. Oh, I got a bug on me. And then on the way down, just like that ridge over there, we'll have a series of ups and downs, kind of like a roller coaster ride. It's gonna be pretty epic, so join me for this ride. First and foremost, let's power this thing up. We are on a full charge. So starting out here on pedal assist 1, I can feel the torque of the mid-drive motor kicking right in. What gear am I on? About gear number 3 or so. Out of 11, this bike has a lot more gears than we're used to. And the torque sensor on this thing feels very natural and intuitive. I can tell this bike is just like relatively lightweight and nimble compared to a lot of the fat tire e-bikes I review. So 27.5-inch tall tires, and what are they, about 2 point something or another wide? So this Ananda mid-drive motor is very smooth feeling. It is a torque sensor, so the harder I press, the more power it gives me. So if I want to get a good workout in, I'd leave it on pedal assist 1. Let's go ahead and bump it on to 2, see how that feels. So again, I'm on gear about number 3. I'll go ahead and shift it down 1 here. Gears feel very smooth. Let's put this thing on pedal assist 3 now, crank it up a gear or 2. Here's a little sneak peek at the views we're about to see on the way down. Is going to be way more epic. Across here, high speed, get a little air. So first impressions, I can see this display pretty easily. Oh, nice amount of torque here. Even in the bright light out here. Let's feel the suspension out. So I really like this front fork on this bike that I have here. It's adjustable, so you can adjust the compression very easily. Right now I have it on the softest setting, but it is a nice feeling fork. So looking down here on the meter, you might be having a hard time seeing that with the GoPro, but it does show me power output. It does show me like a wattage output, and the torque sensor is very responsive. Like pretty much as soon as I start pedaling, putting down like any power at all, I can feel that motor kicking in. I'm gonna bump this down a couple more gears. On the way back, we will be hitting those like chutes, so there will be some epic views. Oh my goodness, riding out here with the motor makes all the difference. I've done this ride on non-motorized bikes before. This is quite the climb. Over 1,000 feet of elevation gain. I'm gonna bump it all the way down to the granny gear. Oh no, the chain popped off. Dang it. All right, got that chain back on there. So if that does ever happen to you, definitely turn the motor off. You would not want that torque sensor to kick on. This thing has, what, 130 newton meters of torque? That is substantially more than the typical hub drive motors we see. So right away, I am noticing, I am 6'5", 34 inseam, that this seat, the max seat height on this bike, just isn't quite high enough for me as a tall dude. So I do kind of wish, it did have a little bit higher of a seat post on this bike. Gear shifts, other than that one popping off the top, are super nice and snappy on this mid-drive. Doesn't cut the power when it shifts gears. Let's see here. Let's bump it on to pedal assist 4 now. So under load, no, it doesn't seem like it cuts power. So gotta be careful about not snapping your chain, sending too much power through those gears as you're shifting on a mid-drive. Hub drives, they don't send the power through the drivetrain. Mid-drives, they do send the power through the chain to the gears. And some of the benefits of that are you can really optimize your efficiency of the drivetrain and get a lot more torque to the rear wheel. So this is quite the climb, and even with the motor, I can feel, I'm getting definitely some exercise in here. I haven't even tried the thumb throttle yet. These mid-drives, they just feel so good with the torque sensor. They just basically feel like a bicycle on the juice. So we'll give that throttle here a try in a moment, but let's go ahead and try pedal assist 5, see how that shakes things up. So yeah, we're going 15 miles an hour right now, and
Moving on up to about gear. I got a couple more left in there. Oh man, this thing's moving pretty quick now. Let's go ahead and just crank it all the way to the top gear, see how that feels. So this thing is, yeah, you carry some serious speed if you're on flat ground, but you know, we're climbing a decently solid grade here. Now we will not be doing the 20% grade on my garage hill test today, but we will have some that are even steeper than that here in just a little bit. I can feel the lightness of this bike, man. This thing just feels very nimble. The carbon fiber, lightweight frame. Once I took the battery off this thing to like load it up and unload it from my car, it made it very, very easy to do that. Let's go ahead and try the throttle here. We're going 16 miles an hour, 700 watts roughly. Let's bump it down a couple gears. So we're somewhere in the middle there. Let's go ahead and try throttle now. So you guys giving 1,000 watts, showing 1,000 watts. You guys probably can't see that little display. I can see it saying about 900 or 1,000 watts. And yeah, I can just coast, man. A little electric motorcycle here, basically. And even going uphill, this thing is doing 18 miles an hour. We'll get out the GPS here in just a moment. Hey, this is nice, man. Now that I tried the throttle, I just want to just cruise on up here. It can be a little tempting once you get access to that thumb throttle. So we're mile 0.8, almost 2 miles into this ride, 10 minutes, and GPS is showing 17. 17 is showing on there, so it is an accurate speedometer. Oh man, this is nice, dude. Now it is a hardtail mountain bike, but the carbon fiber frame does help, you know, eat up some of the bumps. And that front suspension, dude, that front suspension is a lot nicer than what I'm used to, you know, riding on budget bikes, you know, under 2,000 bucks. Oh my goodness, dude. So, dude, this thing cranks. So throttle will take you only up to like 20-ish, as a class 3 electric bike should be allowed. And we'll let off that power a little bit on the torque sensor and put down a little bit of power here, get this thing moving. So the fact that it does not have rear suspension, that'll help keep the weight of the bike down and also keep the agility and nimbleness of this thing up. I'm excited to see what kind of speeds I can actually hit once we're going on some flat ground, because this is all uphill. And I'm telling you, dude, if there wasn't a motor on this thing, we'd be going like, actually, let's give it a try. Put this thing on 0. Now, obviously, I forget what the weight of this bike is, but I'm not putting it back on that granny gear. One from the granny gear. I don't want it to pop off again. Whew. There we go. So now, now we're going 2 miles an hour. So just to give you an idea, with pedal assist 0. I mean, riding out here is beautiful, but I can tell you firsthand, if you don't have a motor, you are not going 18, 19 miles an hour. Pedal assist 1 here. 1,000 watts power, baby. And in terms of the sound, it's pretty minimal noise. Listen, you can hear it making a little bit of noise. That's every mid-drive motor. Now that I got going fast, dude, I gotta do it on pedal assist 5, man. How can you resist? So these knobby tread tires are exactly what I would, you know, this is perfect for this kind of bike. You wouldn't want anything wider. They're wide enough to grip, but they're also, like, you know, relatively light and nimble. Seat feels good to me. It's a little bit firm. I kind of wish that this bike did have a standard width, normal like seat post, so I could throw like a suspension seat post on here, or a little bit longer seat post, like I was saying. Woo! Those brakes grip, man, and the tires, man. It slid out a little bit on the rear. You got to be aware of what brake lever you're pulling here. The right is the rear, standard bicycle layout for the brakes. Oh yeah, baby. Feeling good out here, dude. The breeze, it's about 75 degrees. It's sunny here. My goodness, dude, this bike is fun. So honestly, dude, I am like blown away that I'm realizing I'm almost at the top of this hill already. Because normally, last time I came out here on like a non-motorized bike to get up here to the top, dude, it takes a long time. And like, this was like freaking like 10 minutes. I'm already almost at the top. Woo! First impression of this bike, dude, this thing rocks, man. If you're looking for like a mid-drive mountain bike hybrid style kind of electric bike, this could be the ticket for you. Especially something, you know, with a carbon fiber frame. This thing really sticks out. I already had several people comment on it, telling me that they liked it.
Can I take a picture of it?
Yeah, for sure. No, I cannot believe I'm like already to like the top. Let's go to the very, very top here. This is the top of the Nike Air Force Missile Base thing. So that was about 3.8 miles and 18 minutes of ride time to the top, and the battery is still showing 100%. Okay. I mean, this can't be 100, but all right, good sign. All right, dude, starting the descent. Be ready for some absolutely gorgeous views and some higher speeds. This is the fun part of the ride. So right now, I'm really appreciating how low the center of gravity is on this bike. The battery is mounted low, the mid-drive motor is mounted low. Everything is like centered and balanced on this bike, so that is just excellent. Let's go ahead and pop up here. So there's gonna be all these like little chutes off, and we're gonna be able to do like some little uphill and downhill. Just some epic riding really is what it comes down to. Oh yeah, dude, see now this is where the mid-drive comes in handy. All this torque and woo. That front suspension is killer, dude. It's good front suspension on this thing. A little bit of throttle here, maybe. Yeah, got a little bit of air on the front there. Oh wow, so check this out, dude. This is where the mid-drive really, oh, pedal strike there. Mid-drive is gonna come in handy here, so hopefully you don't snap a chain. Putting down some serious torque here. Climbing this hill, what gear are we on? Could drop it down a couple more. Doesn't even need it though. Be a little more efficient on the drivetrain, downshifting though. Again, it would be nice to have the seat just a little bit higher for me. A little thumb throttle here. Watch out, Gecko. Good thing he avoided me. These tires go like just where you want to plant them though, so that's nice. Less mountain bike style ride I did on the Wired Freedom with the 4-inch wide tires. Those are a little bit less, a little more difficult to get them to go exactly where you want them to. Not quite as nimble as something like this. And the weight distribution on this thing is just fantastic. Ooh. Full suspension would be nice for that section right there. Carbon fiber frame helps though. Benefit of carbon fiber is not just it's lightweight, but also absorbs the impact, dissipates the vibrations and stuff. Much more so than aluminum or steel, while being stronger than steel at the same time. Hopefully you don't see any bobcats out here. This is why they call it a roller coaster here. A little bit up, down, shift down some gears, pop up a few here. Woo. Little pedal strike there again. So these pedals do get a little bit low to the ground. It is a hybrid bike, not quite, you know, a mountain bike, but whoo! Look at these views. Quick little break for me. 27 minutes on this ride, 5.23 miles. It's showing 98% on the battery. And now with this long descent, man, this is gonna be the real test of these brakes and how well these tires have traction, because this is some pretty technical riding. Brake levers do feel nice, and tires are, despite this gravel, this rock being fairly loose, are gripping, and we'll see how well, if there's any brake fade or anything like that on these hydraulic disc brakes as we're descending, trying to keep that speed a little bit under control, but have some fun at the same time. Whew, get a little speed on this little descent here. Carbon fiber eating up the bumps, bro. Come on, mid-drive, give me, oh shoot. Feel so guilty sending all that power through the drivetrain when I was shifting there. Woo! This thing just feels so light and nimble. It just goes exactly where I want it to, and we get to cross here. Oh, high speed, get a little air on this thing, yeah. Oh man, I lost the chain. Dang it, on the other side this time. So this thing isn't exactly, I'm kind of putting this thing through the ringer. Wait, what did happen there? It's still on there, what? Oh, it came off the front. Oops. So this bike is meant for light trail riding. I'm not sure you're supposed to be in the Santa Monica Mountains getting air. Come on, I don't want to touch you. There it goes, there it goes. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice. A little bit steep right here, and front suspension is going to eat this bump. Oh yeah, nicely. Downshift a few gears, so you can press this gear lever in. It'll shift like up to like 3 gears at a time down. Just let that motor do all the work, man. I'm just ghost pedaling here, really. on pedal assist 5, just giving it a very light amount of power. And this thing just, this hill is like substantially steeper than the 20% grade that I do in the parking garage. And we're on gear 2. I don't want to put back on granny gear again. Let's do throttle only. Oh my God. So look how steep this hill is. This is a mid-drive, benefit of a mid-drive right here. Just all throttle, dude. Literally not even pedaling. Do you see that gecko? Whoa. Dang, that is torque, dude. This Ananda, I think it's the M100. It's a monster motor, man. Woo! And it lets us go up to 28 miles an hour, I believe. Let's see if we can get up this really steep thing right here. Oh yeah, dude. Wow. Well, the speed going down this hill. Yeah. Woo! Man, that front suspension, dude, I just loosened it up a little bit, made it a little softer. It's just had so much travel. I think it's 120 millimeters of travel, which is a lot more than the normal bikes I review. Man, look at those views. Got a little drop here on the roller coaster. Oh my goodness. So the 20 amp hour battery pack on here is really excellent in my opinion for a good balance of like range and also keeping the weight you know, at a reasonable amount, because this bike is lightweight. We do not want to put a huge battery on this thing any bigger than this. And plus, if you use your gears properly, you will get a lot more range on a mid-drive motor than a hub drive, assuming you use your gears correctly. This is a little more efficient system. Now, pretty much any hub drive motor is going to have a pretty difficult time climbing a hill like this, but just a 500 watt nominal mid-drive motor here. I am totally on the wrong gear. I'm on like gear like 7 or 8 right now. Oh no. This is not how you maximize your range, but the motor's strong enough. Let's drop one more of these bombs. Yeah, buddy. Holy smokes. So just one finger on these brake levers is all you need, which is excellent. You know, on a bike like this where you need to have control, having your hands on those carbon fiber handlebars. Woo! So much fun, man. So I gotta say, man, this is an impressive bike. And you know, if you are in the market for like a lightweight mid-drive motor, I would recommend this bike. This thing seems pretty sweet. I do have a discount code down there in the description box below this video if you want to grab one. It'll help save you a little bit of money, also help support my reviews here on Untitled TV. Awesome bike. One last thing, we just have to see what the actual top speed on this thing is. I have not been able to whoa. So the final number here on the display shows 93% battery. I don't know if you guys can read that. It's pretty clear to me, but it is small on the screen. And that was after 7.65 miles and 1,436 feet of elevation gain, 43 minutes of ride time. All right, dudes, on flat ground, we're gonna do a little 0 to 20 acceleration. Thumb throttle only, pedal assist 5. This is like gear number 7. Ready, go. Easing, go. 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 17, 19, 20. Now obviously with the torque sensor, that doesn't really make much sense. So let's go ahead and go for like a high speed run here, see what it can do. What's it gonna let us do? 26, 27, 28, 29. Woohoo! Typical class 3. So final thoughts on this bike. This thing is freaking awesome, dude. I had an absolute blast riding on this bike today. Very mountain bike vibe. This Ananda mid-drive is excellent as far as I'm concerned. The torque sensor is awesome. A lot of torque, 11 gears on this thing, wide carbon handlebars, carbon frame. Just a very sweet feeling ride and pretty lightweight. And should be excellent range because still on 90% charge. So, I mean, if you're thinking about getting this ASYNC or something similar, I'd highly recommend it. If you buy through the link below, I do have a discount code down there for you. Would help support my reviews here on this channel, and I greatly appreciate your support. So it's a win-win situation. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see a different kind of bike, watch this video next. Catch you next time.